Okay, so this question will throw some student off because there seems you will feel very insecure when you got some unknown here and there. Okay, the first part shouldn't be an issue. The first part should just be a direct quotient rule. So just do according to what quotient rule is telling you. Just do not panic when you see like why your F prime looks like this. Okay, so just do accordingly. Now, the next one is the one. After getting your F prime, then suddenly the question actually gave you a G prime. So the question gave you a G prime. And somehow the F prime is inside the G prime. And then it somehow gave you a decreasing function. So this is a decreasing function. So there will be people who like totally don't know what to do. So just go with the question. What do I mean by just go with the question? If they have given you G prime like this, and you already gotten your F prime, so you literally just sub inside first. So you can see I just literally sub inside. And if you sub inside, you get a cancellation. And then you are getting a proper G prime. So from here, you are getting a proper G prime. So after the getting a proper G prime, you should realize that this is the implication of a decreasing function. So you got to go to the definition of a decreasing function. If it's a decreasing function, that means the G prime will be negative. So whatever that you are having, you also must notice the G prime that you are getting is a quadratic function. So in actual fact, it leads you on to the quadratic inequality. So this part is the quadratic inequality after you apply the definition of a decreasing function. So if you still remember the concept of quadratic inequality, it is the shading concept. So the shading will come after you factorize. So if you do the usual factorization, you will find that you mentally do first bracket equal to 0, second bracket equal to 0. Okay, you do it in your head. So you get first bracket equal to 0, second bracket equal to 0. So you will get the two x-intercept. The x-intercept is the one that is going to help you to do the shading. Okay, this time around is a bit different. It's like going opposite. So it says that the quadratic function is less than 0. So you are essentially shading the bottom part. So you shade the bottom part. And this is exactly what you have. Okay, so your decreasing function, the definition of a decreasing function, lead you to a quadratic inequality. So if it leads you to a quadratic inequality, you just apply. So in the quadratic inequality, you will be doing shading. So you are shading this part. After you shade this part, you got to look back at the condition. So it started off with x greater than a. So you got to combine these two. So you can combine these two. So if you have problem combining, you might want to see it this way. Something like a and 2a. Because starting of the question, they already say that a is positive. Okay, so I just know that it's like twice of each other. So x greater than a, and then between 0 to 2a, the intersection part would have given you this. And if the intersection part has given you this, you compare with what the question is giving you. The question define it as a to 8. So if you do the comparison, you can see that 2a is equal to 8. So that's how we get the value of a. So if you see a question that doesn't look so usual, it doesn't matter. You follow the flow of it. Just don't get mind blocked. Just go with it. Okay, so you will find that all these are the concepts that you have learned, except that did you realize what is it, or you are already thrown off when the notation like this is looking weird. Okay, so just go with what the question say. Okay, so of course, if let's say your part A, your quotient rule has mistake, then your second part will be affected. You might find yourself not getting a proper G prime for you to apply decreasing function. Okay, so I think also the key thing is there can be quite a few of you who then never even realize it's a decreasing function. Never realize it's decreasing function, never realize it's a quadratic inequality. So I think they're quite clever to mix all the concept in one question.